more colorful since you got here. Oh, perfect timing, perfect timing, perfect timing, perfect timing. This is absolutely perfect, because I can slide over here, go buy me another one of these, and we can slide back over here, and we can go into this, and receive that defense attachment C. Go to our farm 1, expand the farm. And go ahead and put our 4th one down, and then we can command development for the 1,000 yen. Now we can go start this next main mission. Farm development kit. We'll get a 2nd farm from this. Yes! And we're working for the government. I'll explain all the details. The client this time is the local government that take care of the utilities for Nokia. Basically, it's a something agency. Why are you so shocked? Of course, we specialize in the supernatural and complex cybercrime, so we usually have a very specific clientele. But we cooperate very well with Detective Jiraiya's police force, so they consider us to be a pretty good detective agency. So we've realized a case from a public agent, quite a rare event. This case was originally discussed by Detective Jiraiya with the government agent. It's a bit special. The Detective Jiraiya passed us down to the government agent like a sort of act up his sleeve, and now it's our case. Got it? Good. The case is to unlock a gate in the underpass. It seems the gate is locked due to some electronic glitch and can't be opened. What you don't know about the underpass? It's a facility that houses the equipment used to provide Nokia's public utilities, such as power, cable, water pipes, and so on. They are moving forward with a plan to improve the look of the city's central above ground by housing the public utilities underground. Looks like the visible power cables and telephone poles are set to disappear in the not too distant future. Underneath Nokia there is a vast complex of tunnels, so there are of course many entrances. One of these entrances is the place where the gate we need to unlock is. It is a password protected electronic lock, but it seems some time ago it locked for no reason and no one has been able to open it since. They contacted the manufacturers, but they give up. It needs to be, if needs be, they will destroy the gate, but obviously the world that would ensure serious cost. While the costs were discussed, a weird groaning sound was heard coming from the other side of the gate. It seems something strange is going on. The manufacturer had a bad feeling about it and didn't want to open the gate, but the government's special crime investigation is called Jiraiya. I see, so then the buck passed to the detective agency. Well, after all, we have the best people for the job. If you want to access a place that is off bounds to most, this is actually a good opportunity. I've been wanting to investigate the rumors surrounding the underground system for a while. The gate in question has an electronic lock, so naturally there's a cyber space inside of it. You're the only one who can break into the gate without destroying it. We've already received permissions from the government to access the underpass. Alright, then shall we go and find out what the real situation with the underground gate is? Where is that groaning voice coming from? What kind of strange world lies behind the gate? This is gonna be so much fun. It's an underground gateway, so there will just be an underground tunnel behind it, right? Well, have you ever heard of the processes in quantum mechanics? I guess I should tell you about the cat. Until we open up the gate, we cannot know if we will find an underground tunnel or a void in space. Until you open that gate, the world is in a flux of overlapping possibilities, so just try to enjoy it. Let's go. The case is a simple matter of unlocking the gate, but what's behind the gate? Your job is to find that out. Okay. Got 13 minutes. Okay, now to go to the underpass. Pokemon is myself. Well, this is not such a great opportunity. Did you arrive at the underpass? The gate will need to unlock is inside. The control panel should be beside you. Do you see it? Connect, jump into it, and unlock the gate. Oh, there you are. What happened? What? Connection jump isn't working? That's strange. It's an electronic lock, so there should be some kind of network inside of it. Perhaps it's just you that you didn't activate the cyber jump properly? Right, I think it's time I verify your ability to perform a connection jump. Raise your hand. Now concentrate. Now what? That's it. 30 minutes later. 1 hour later. Several hours later. 100 years later. What were you doing just now? Whatever you're doing, it seems like it's not working. Oh. Oh, now look like I can't verify it. Well, it seems that you can only connection jump if you feel disappointed. If I were to pose a theory as to how you connection jump works, your ability locates a digital wave, piggybacks on it to the target location, digital space, and then enters it. It can be a network, a PC server. It doesn't matter what the target's location is. If it has a digital space, then you should be able to access it. However, there seems to be certain eliminations when interfering with a digital wave. Limitations. In other words, when you can, you can. When you can't, you can't. What we've determined is that you're connected before by chance, even if there's a specific reason why you were able to each time, but simply cause and effects are connected to the digital wave. Wait a second, how could your connection jump this time connect to... I don't have any proof to support my answer, but perhaps there were others like you who tried and failed to open the lock and were disappointed. Yes, disappointed is definitely key. I've rumbled on long enough. Please get this lock open as quickly as you can. I've been here before. I feel like I've been here before. Real quick, go deal with that max level Digimon. Pokemon, okay. You don't have any Digivolutions you can reach right now, so you will go back to... Alright. What is that? Hacking skill, copy and paste. Copy the target's color data and temporarily save it by posting on a colorless base. When correctly placed, the security will be dropped and you will be able to continue. Okay. Copy the yeller. Just to check. Okay. And paste a yeller? Doors should be unlocked now. Let's head back to the check. I didn't encounter a single... Oh! Wow. I didn't encounter a single Digimon in trainings. I have 20 hours in this game with ultimates, and I am still encountering in trainings.
行くぞみんな。みんなよく頑張ったね。
Go to the underpass. Oh, great. It seems you've managed to unlock the gate, so think of that. It must have been easy for you given your skill. What? There's a bit of a labyrinth in the underground tunnel? What you mean by a bit? Is there any signs of a Digimon or an Eater in there? I see. It is strange to see just a small section of the labyrinth. I know I should have... I know I said we can't know what we would find, but I wasn't expecting that. I believe we have witnessed a special digital wave occurrence. It's as if it's some kind of current. I see. This is definitely a ley line. Have you ever heard of ley lines before? There are many in Tokyo. They are also called dragon's chains. Dragon's sacrifice signifies the undulating landscape. The hills and mountains. The dragon chain is what we call the flow of the land spirit. It's well known that adverse to a turned Edo into a great Feng Shui city. Whoa, that's a lot of big words. It is said that he built a waterway and path to lead the Chin from Mount Fuji in Tokyo Bay to Idoro Castle. A part to note, it is instant of... Alright, these are a lot of big words. A lot of words I don't want to try. These directions are, though, to draw negative energy their way. The shrines hold big festivals to purge and expel that energy. And if you look at the lines that connect the temples, you'll find they cross right inside Old Edo Castle, home of today's Tokyo Empire Palace. It's really quite fascinating to see here. Nowadays, the waterways have been swapped out for rail lines, and radio towers dot the northeast and southwest. You could say we've finished what Tokyo started. Viewed from the eyes of the current society, these rail lines and radio towers are artificial ley lines that supplement the old roads and waterways. Naturally, we're here standing underground, considering another ley line running through Tokyo too. Not just any ley line either, the one that's believed to emanate from Fuji to support to run right through there. The man-made tunnels layered on top of it always allows the digital waves to keep flowing and it's really a thing going on down here. That's what produced this labyrinth you see before you. Knowing that these weird voices that people are hearing probably belong to Digimon that are appearing as a result. I could go on for a while yet about this subject, but you at least somewhat get what I'm saying, right? Oh, this is gonna kill my voice. I'll take that to mean you understand it well enough then. At this point, your work is essentially done, but we can't exactly just ignore the newfound discovery of yours either. Why don't you go a little further in and check things out for me? I don't want to get too deep into this because we only got 3.5 minutes. I don't want to like finish it and be stuck in like another dialogue run. I wonder what Digimon we can find here. I don't have any one of them because I don't have a free Digimon. I can't believe I haven't encountered anything yet. Oh great, what'd I get into this time? The tunnel just keeps on going, you say. If it stays on course like that, you're going to end up in, which would mean, you know, this reminds me of something else I've heard about before. As I mentioned before, the line seen from which is of course not only that I consider giving that it's a sacred palace and that energy takes on highways like the Tokyo to get to Tokyo from Mount Fuji. That energy joins up with underground waterways going along the highways that carry some melt to Tokyo, flowing into the city together. One theory holds that the first place where that water appears above ground after reaching Tokyo happens to be where else but Nokia. But simply all of the landlines that flowed throughout Tokyo could well be coming out of their own stomping grounds beyond it or not. Whether that be amazing to think about if it does turn out to be true. Stop right there, don't go any further. You're standing at the border of the... Go any further and you'll be in central government territory. That's a hive we'd best not poke. Color me intrigued though. That's a hell of a thing to stumble into just walking around inside that tunnel. We aren't prepared just yet to pick that sort of fight. There's still too much we don't know. This little tangent of ours has gone on long enough. I think head back the way you came and regroup at the office. Damn it, did I do exactly what I didn't want to do? Damn it. Thought it's not as strong as we used to. That tunnel is coursing a digital shift. We should probably keep it locked up like before. After all, I have no idea how it's going to explain all of this to our client. No matter how you spin it, it's probably all be a lot of take in. I wouldn't be surprised if we came around looking even sketchier than we already do. And let's just let Detective Jiraiya deal with it. Some jobs are just best left in others. You're curious what exactly was actually beyond where you stopped. That makes two of us. Believe me, actually where you were on your way, I decided to look into it a little bit. Apparently what you found was the chemistry research lab at all things. Oh, don't be dense. I told you that area is under the jurisdiction of the central government. That's not the sort of place you wandered into for fun. If nothing else, it indicates that Kurashiro and the government have a tighter relationship than we previously suspected. Going after Komashiro could well mean that we'd also be roughing up the government feathers. That's why we can't be honest right now. We'll do whatever we can to prepare and cross the bridge when it comes to it. This is just a guess on my end, but I imagine it would if was Komashiro that changed the password on the door and rendered it impossible to get open. That's probably where cunning out us being able to actually break into the snoop around. Knowing that, it could well serve us our ace in the hole later when time does confront them, hopefully underwear. But again, let's not worry about hashing out the details until we have to, and just be grateful we have that up our sleeves. On that note, I realize the case is technically closed, but what do you say about heading over for me one more time? I don't mean on official business, rather I am keen on doing a little independent investigating gathering for our own internal use. Surely you are interested in knowing why Komashiro was built a research lab underneath the Tokyo government building too, right? So how about you just walk on through the front door there and see what you can find. Sounds good? Alright. Thank you guys for coming out. Hit that like button if you did enjoy. Consider subscribing if you are new here. And you guys know the Live Life by Sword. And I'll catch you guys next one. Peace out.